FTO, FTO, FTO.
It's a race to the throne.
To the throne.
Don't fuck it up or you'll never be known.
Never be known.
Who's gonna be king? Who's gonna be stone?
Gonna be
But only
stone.
one can sit on the throne.
Sit on the throne.
FTL.
FTO,
FTL.
FTO.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Throne League podcast. It is me, Justin, with the now 4-1 Sean Bowles.
It had to
or as
happen.
we know him,
It had to
Field of
happen.
Glory Bowles. It had to. It's better it happens now than later, for sure.
It was closer than I thought it was going to be.
You're blurry.
I'm-
There you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
So first and foremost, I think we have a little bit more time on this one than 40 minutes. So I think we take some time on this podcast and do a little breakdown from last week. Let's go look at each matchup if you're down and see what everybody had to offer. We're gonna leave who we've kind of discussed as the box beat down of the week, and we'll go from there. So let's start with the Ring of Power and Whiplash.
So I just got to say, this happened last week and it happened again this week. The teams that traded with each other played against each other in the same week.
Yeah.
And once again, well, Kyle actually won last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did, luckily. And then Steven won again this week. So
Yep.
I guess the trades work out for
No.
the person getting the better end of the
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Never mind. Because Steven lost Justin Jefferson. So
Yeah, he did. He did really early. Let me look at box scores. So the problem is you had Lamar Jackson projected for 26 and he put up 13-ish. Ramondre Stevenson 2.4, Olave 9.2, Jake Ferguson 5.8. CeeDee Lamb 8.9, who CeeDee Lamb, who Rashad, what's his name, cornerback for the Seattle Seahawks, Richard Sherman,
yes,
said he's a number 2 wide receiver. He says he's not a number 1 wide receiver.
I don't know how that's valid, but it's not.
He said so his words specifically, and this is how I know the argument's not valid. He's a number 2 receiver, such as Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Waddle, and I was like, those guys are arguably any other team's wide receiver 1. They just and Brandon Ayuk is the Niners' wide receiver 1.
Right.
Waddle was the wide receiver 1 as a rookie before Hill came in. So
Right.
it's Sherm. I don't know what you're saying, but I think CeeDee Lamb's really good. But yeah, he just had an off week. Scored 92 points and led Steve to an easy win. So. Steve's highest scorer, Steve's second highest scorer was his defense.
Yeah, because somehow the Saints blew away the New England Patriots. I mean, back-to-back weeks,
Wow.
the New England Patriots are losing by 30-plus points.
They're so bad. And then on his bench, let's not forget, he had the Jets defense that also scored 20.
Yeah.
So,
Couldn't
yeah,
lose that one. Could not lose that one.
No, it would have been a little different. This matchup would have been a little closer if Shane would have started Justin Fields.
Would he have won? No, he wouldn't have won.
It's like a 34-point difference from Fields to Jackson. So he would have been like within 18 points or something. But yeah, one would think this would be the beatbox beat down of the week, but it's not. So
I can't give it the beatbox beat down of the week because you only scored 140. Like, that's not beating anybody. That's not beating anybody down.
You're not beating most of the league at 140. Let's see. I'll tell you how many people outscored him this past week. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, four people. So he was 5th in scoring this week. We're not giving that the beatbox beat down.
No.
Yeah.
And his opponent only scored 92 points. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, in full PPR, 92 points is abysmal. It's not even worth saying that you beat them because they beat themselves. Like,
Yeah.
And Shane,
That's-
I just want to say, Shane, I'm not taking Lamar Jackson. Okay, I'm not. Like, why would I trade for Lamar Jackson when I drop Justin Fields so that way you can start Justin Fields? And no, you're gonna sit and keep Lamar Jackson on your bench, just like Nate did last year, all season.
Yeah. Well, guys, the Ring of Power needs a Ring of Win this week. We'll talk about that later, but let's move on to the next matchup on my list. Hard Nips versus D. Adams family. Do we talk about the elephant in the room? And the elephant is a 54-point burger that I thought I lost on Thursday night.
Yeah, but you had some hope when your quarterback scored 35.
Yeah,
You had
that,
some
I mean
hope.
that's fair. I will say, Sam Howell coming out and throwing for 380 yards or something. Oh,
The flip side of this whole story is that Luke somehow decided to start Jordan Love over Jared Goff. I don't really get that one. Makes
we'd
no
be
sense.
we'd be singing a different song.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd be 3-2, and Luke would be 2-3.
I mean, Jared Goff
So-
has one bad week, scoring 15 points the week before in Green Bay. And he's like, nope, I'm going to start the quarterback of that Green Bay team. And then he only scores 4.98
see this.
points.
That's not how you see fantasy teams. Here we go. Well, last week in Luke's defense, he scored 20, 32, 23, 15 against Green Bay, and then 37 against Carolina. So he had a big week, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So I can't really fault him. Jordan Love has not played great, but the week before that, here's his stat line though: 32, 28, 29, and 21.
No, I'm not.
And he's playing the Raiders, and who would have known the Raiders would have come out and he would have thrown 3 interceptions against the Raiders, right? Like, to Luke's defense, you're kind of danged if you do, danged if you don't.
But I think you stick with your guy. Like,
Sure.
you won last week, and he scored 15 points.
Yo.
So you win this week if he scores. He need a bit more than 15 points, but
Right.
he would have been a lot closer.
Yeah.
Starting Miles Sanders also bad choice. Talked about it last week on the pod.
Let's look at the bench real fast. Goff 37, Pitts 15. He picked up Pitts last minute too. Pitts 15, Jordan Addison 18, George Pickens 27. We'd be singing a different song, guys. Putting Kyron Williams against Phillies defensive line. We could talk about it. He's scoring points. They just so happen to be on his bench.
Right. I mean,
His bench scored, his starting lineup scored 126 and his bench scored 115. So,
you could argue that, sure, Addison didn't get a catch the week before in Carolina.
wait,
But, I mean, if you can't just bench him after one game. I mean, he's had, multiple touchdowns the previous games. Also 6 targets, 5 targets, 8 targets. He's just somehow had 1 target against Carolina. Don't know what that's about. But then the next game he gets 9 targets.
right. And he'll get more targets now because he is
absolutely.
the guy. I don't think KJ Osborne is him. And it's clear to that because KJ Osborne did like a little back route across the middle in the end zone. And Kirk's do it perfectly to him, and he just missed it.
Right over the head.
Right over the head. Didn't even see it. So, anyway, Luke, long season, buddy. You can finish 10-4.
Hey, man, if you want to get rid of some of your players and help you out with starting, just let me know. I'll take some off your
Yeah.
hands. That might make it
There you
easier
go.
for you to get a starting lineup.
All right, let's.
But on your side, though, you
Okay.
got some duds in here too this week.
Yo. B-Rob. Devontae Adams was not getting targets.
Oh,
I was watching the entire game, and Jacoby Myers was getting everything.
yeah. I bet on him. I won.
Tank Dell he got a concussion in the first half, he was doing surprisingly well. He had, I was saying Delbet, he had 3 for 57. And then, had 4 targets in the first half. That looked great. And then he immediately goes out.
Do you think you'll start Tank Dell over DK or anybody else on your team?
Probably not right now. Kirk, Diggs, Adams,
I guess
DK.
he's been kind of hit the past 2 weeks.
They're just getting too many looks. I might start Roshan over B-Rob because if Roshan clears that concussion protocol, he might be him. So,
possibly.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe. All right. Let's move to the next.
Good win, though. Good win.
Thank you. I mean, 150 points. It was actually I think, besides the week 2 when I played you, it was my lowest scoring week. So, I'll take that. Next, we have the HNIC versus Threat Level Midnight Green. And
the Philadelphia Eagles versus the HNIC.
Yeah. The HNIC had a pretty good game. The Niners came out and did the Niners thing. David Montgomery is apparently a bell cow. In the most interesting thing about this matchup that I think is the most interesting is that he started Jonathan Taylor and still won. And I think that shows that there's some hope, right?
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert with no chain. But he'll have Jeff Wilson back, but like Mostert's look good. Pat Mahomes, Madison is Madison. I have nothing good to say. Marquise Brown played really well. And then his bench isn't really anything, but Deontay Johnson's coming back week 7, so that'll give him some receiver help. So, I think that Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce stack helps, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
50 to 60 points a week, that's great.
And now with Devon Achane out, I mean, Raheem Mostert's going to get 4 touchdowns a game.
Right. Oh, probably. Somebody's got to get him. It'll probably all go to Salvin Ahmed.
Oh, yeah, probably. And then Coda's team's going to score 300 points.
Right. So, on the other side, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. They just so happen to have Terry McLaurin, who did. Sam Howell threw 380 yards, and they all went to like Curtis Samuel or Antonio Gibson.
Yep,
it was insane.
Exactly. And this is what's going to happen. See, like the same thing that happened to Luke, Cameron did the same exact thing. Calvin Ridley last week, week 4 against Atlanta, 2 targets. Week before that, 7, 8, 11. This week, he gets 8 targets, 7 receptions. And
it's crazy.
He had one bad week, and Cameron's like, you know what? Let me put him on the bench.
And who would have known Zach Moss would have gone off this week?
Oh, that too. I mean,
and then Dallas Goedert has like a historical week. I mean, similar to Luke, you know, Cam's team scored 137 and Cam's bench scored 98. I mean, there's a lot of points on the bench that who would have known? Goddard, Moss, Ridley, they've all. Well, Moss has been good, but like Taylor is back, so
I feel like you know you gotta stick with your guys
for sure.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough with Terry McLaurin. He was expected to have a crazy game, and he just didn't get the ball, and it was unfortunate because I bet on
it. Facts.
But Cameron, man, stick with your Eagles, man. You would have won.
Theon looks great. Palmer's back, and he's the wide receiver too, with a great quarterback. Cam's what? 2-4? No, 2-3 now. Yeah. I think that's a lot more promising than 1-4. And if he can get a running back done, you know, maybe he goes somewhere. I don't know.
Nah, he's not getting a running back. There's no way. No one's going to trade for him.
The running backs are so hard right now because
he's just going to have to hope that Zach Moss is in a timeshare with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for.
And that somehow Dameon Pierce turns it up and does what he did last year.
Well, Second to last matchup from last week, we have Debo D's Nuts versus Fields Glory Bulls. I have a gnat flying around me in my face.
It's unfortunate.
What?
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, because it keeps Mike. Easy win, Mike.
He got an easy one.
Easy win. And Jacoby Myers shouldn't have had that many targets, and he did, and it was annoying me the entire time. Michael Thomas is not him. Deebo Samuel is the wide receiver 2 of their team. Jacoby Myers is the wide receiver 2 of his team. Christian McCaffrey had a bad game, and he still won. Steelers scored 18 points, but yeah, I really have a whole lot.
I still would have lost, but it would have been nice to start. Trevor Lawrence, make it a little bit closer, a little more interesting, make Mike sweat a little more into that Monday night game.
And he had you with no Amon-Ra, no Austin Eckler, no Mike Evans, no Kenneth Walker, no Keenan Allen. I mean, Mike, take this 3-2 with pride and understand that you have some work to do, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, at least now he knows that he's going to start Brock Purdy every single game.
Right. Every time.
I mean, Russell Wilson gave him 26 points.
That's
on a
crazy
lucky week. I mean,
Russell Wilson's not played bad.
Yeah, hasn't.
His QBR is 105 right now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, 26.
He's only
19.
he's only thrown 2 interceptions. Let me pull up the stats real fast because I can see him right here. 2 interceptions on the season. 6, 9, 11 touchdowns.
I kind of
what's that pace? 11 times 3, 33 touchdown pace.
I kind of want to bet him 1+ touchdown passes.
That's when he'll throw 3 picks and 0 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know. It's like minus 500, but I feel like if I could just lay it in there, get a nice parlay going.
Yeah. Well, sadly, Mike, I don't know if there's an easier win than this. Now with Luke's team actually having Jordan Addison as a wide receiver 1 now.
I mean, the easier win was against Shane, but
oh, that's true. I forgot.
Hey, I have all my players on bye, and I still scored more than Shane.
Sorry, we've been through 3 matchups now, and I forgot Shane's team is that bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not even that bad. Olave, Waddle, Kamara, Stevenson did nothing.
He just doesn't.
CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Flowers.
He just doesn't have anybody go crazy with those crazy amount of points, except for Justin Fields on his bench that I gave him.
But you give him that. T. Higgins is injured. Yeah, I don't. It sucks.
Anyway,
I'd say Shane would be the most likely to come back from 1-4 to make a playoff run. Just looking at the team, I think there's some hope there. But the one thing I will say is Ramondre Stevenson is on a bad team. His team is so bad. Like the New England Patriots are so bad. So who knows? And then the beatbox of the week.
Beatbox of the week.
Sean, you want to introduce this one?
We got Big Dicka versus Obi-Wan Mahomey, 226.52 versus 197.74. And I just got to say, Coda, congratulations on the 3-game win streak. Started 0-2, came back, clawed his way back, and scores 200 back-to-back weeks. However, that's not the most points ever. The most points ever was last week against me. Steven scored 237.32 points. I scored 135.
Man, that's a beatdown.
That was a beatdown. But
so why we did this is because, and Sean made a really good point. Steve's matchup had the bigger point differential, but you can't get beat down beatbox of the week if you only scored 140 points. That just doesn't make sense. So
like Kyle kept scoring, and
Kyle, it's literally nothing against you. It's everything to do with Coda had 226 points.
Kyle was scoring, Coda was scoring, and then eventually Coda was like, "Get off me!" And he just excelled way higher than
Kyle-
we could ever imagine to
Kyle
score.
would have beat every single one of us and been the beatdown beatbox of the week
Oh, absolutely.
if Coda had not been playing him.
Mm-hmm.
Just insane.
Could you imagine if it was Coda versus Shane this week?
There would have been a 130 point differential.
Oh,
Jeez.
man. Rough.
Well, like, it doesn't help Jamar Chase had 56 points, which is just asinine. And then Kittle had 3 targets for 3 touchdowns, and Brees Hall is now him.
I was watching that Cincinnati game, and before the game started, I was like, Luke, we should probably bet for Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. He goes, yeah, and then we don't do it. And then he gets one. And I was like, do we bet for him to get a second one? And
Do you want to hear
we-
something?
And then we didn't. And he did.
So I had a profit boost on DK for DJ Moore plus 2 touchdowns to 800. And I looked at it and I said, oh, that could be good. And then I was like, no. And I wish I would have done it because I would have made a little bit of money. But, oh well, it is what it is. Good job, Coda and Kyle. You guys both rocked this week. Both great teams. Just hope you can replicate it.
Yep. Keep on chugging along until you lose again.
All right, well, let's go on to here. Sorry.
So we
Being
got
the-
some matchups in week 6.
Yeah.
A lot of close rivalries here. You know, like 2-3 versus 3-2, another 3-2 versus 3-2, 1-4s versus 2-3s. You know, like
Yep.
we're in the middle weeks of the season now, and for some people, wins are starting to become a must.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah. Let's start with what I consider. We haven't talked about this, but I consider this the matchup of the week. He called it earlier in the chat. I didn't want to say it, but I think this is the matchup. We got the 3-2 versus 3-2. We got Steve versus Mike, Whiplash, and D Blues D's Nuts. So let's start there because why not? You're looking at a 7-point point difference right now. Justin Jefferson on IR. Cole Kmet questionable for Mike. Jacoby Myers questionable. Here's what I think, though. You ready for my prediction? Christian McCaffrey only had 1 touchdown and not a lot of touches last week because they went berserk.
Right.
He's going for 30.
You think against the Cleveland defense that's really good against the run?
Cleveland defense is also really good against the pass. Give him 28, which is averaging. I'll take that.
Because I kind of want to bet. Like, I don't know. I want to bet for him to get a touchdown, but at the same time, it's against Cleveland, at Cleveland.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, because you're not going to be listening to this until probably the game starts, you should probably take Judy and you should probably take Judy out of your flex,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah. Don't be a noob.
But it'll be too late by the time
Also-
you hear this. So
Did Kyle pick up? Okay, yes, he did. Okay. How do you say his name? Amari Demercado?
the RB2 of the
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals, and then Shane actually picked up who's RB1 on the depth chart, which is his name, Keontae Ingram.
Okay.
So they came out and said Keontae Ingram, or they didn't come out, but the depth chart shows Keontae Ingram as 1, so the assumption is he's going to probably play.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
I was just curious because I
yeah.
see that Shane got KJ Osborne, which is Steven got KJ Osborne. Again, he's going to get bailed out again. And it's just so frustrating.
I would say I don't think KJ Osborne is good as Puka.
Well, no.
And I don't think KJ Osborne is going to be able to do that much. I think it's going to be T.J. Hawkinson and Jordan Addison if they're going to want to score. And Kirk knows that, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see, but I mean, after Jefferson went out, I mean, KJ was getting hella targets, 9 targets. That's the most of the season.
Yeah,
and KJ gets targeted more than I would say anybody in the red zone. I mean,
sure.
He gets targets left and right in the red zone.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of him locating the ball and holding on to it because he can't do either.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We got so just out of like talking sense, the website shows averages. So Mike's team is projected 146. His average is 155. Steve's projected 139, and his average is 141. So there's about a 14-point difference in average. With Tua being Tua and Carolina, just being good or not good. Like with Goff going off against Carolina, I'm assuming it's going to be a great matchup.
No.
Rashad White has the Detroit Lions, which are a very hard team. Pittman, another Jacksonville's 23rd ranked. But Puka's going against Arizona, 3rd ranked. Well, that's opposite. So Evan Ingram 7. That's where they're ranked as a whole. I sound dumb. This is their position rank. Okay. Anyway, Jacksonville, maybe, but I like Josh Downs with Gardner Minshew. Puka got targets last week. He got a touchdown. I think Puka's kind of here to stay at this point. I don't think he's going to hit, his average at 23. I think he's going to be probably in the 14, 15 range, but yeah. I like this matchup so close. But I think what really will matter in this matchup is will Debo get a touchdown? Will Godwin?
Possibly. I feel like Brandon Ayuk and Debo, they do switch back and forth, kind of like Devonta Smith and AJ.
Well, Debo switched back that last week because Ayuk wasn't there.
True.
So I think what really is curious on this matchup is Devonta Smith. Yeah, he's averaging 13.6 a game, and Jacoby Myers. Like, let's see where all the cards fall. But yeah,
and also, I mean, if Mike Evans doesn't play, I mean, Chris Godwin's he's going to have to get more targets.
Right, and that rookie that they have, I forget his name, but in this matchup. Because I think he has the better elements that could go off. I'd say Mike. I'm going to go Mike in favor in this matchup.
I'm going to go with Steve. And I'll tell you why.
All right.
I'll tell you why. Okay. We all know Gardner Minshew loves Michael Pittman Jr. So that's a huge plus. Also, Evan Ingram. He only had 4 catches last week. Okay. But he's getting 8 targets a game. And against Indianapolis, I think he goes for a touchdown. I don't think Cole Kmet has a great game against Minnesota. I really don't. Because Minnesota...
You're just saying that.
I'm not saying that.
Because you are a Vikings fan.
I'm not saying that. I think Minnesota is going to play hard, especially... And they're gonna blitz.
Shut up, Blue Chew.
They're gonna play hard. They're gonna play tough defense. They're gonna blitz, and they're gonna make Justin Fields run out of the pocket. He's gonna have to run the ball. So I think he's gonna have a low passing game.
DJ Morrison have another 250 yards.
Possibly, but Justin Fields is gonna have to run the ball.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, we're split. So good luck, Mike and Steve. So. I would say if Jefferson was in this game, I think I'd give it to Steve.
Yeah, because then get rid of KJ and put in Jefferson.
Yeah. That's obvious. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. The loss of Justin Jefferson is just detrimental.
And 2 of 4 touchdowns too.
Let's go. So we started with the game of the week. We'll hit mine next. So we got Obi-Wan Mahomey, 2-3 versus D. Adams family at 4-1. And our averages go crazy. I just realized my lineup's averaging 170 points, and his lineup is averaging 175.77. Wild.
Yeah, it's some pretty crazy averages right there.
Yep.
I think Kyle pulls this one out.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah.
I just looking at the matchups here. I mean, Herbert against Dallas. It's kind of scary. I think last week was a little bit of a fluke.
He has a broken left hand.
Yeah, true.
You said last week was a fluke. I didn't have Justin Herbert last week.
No, I mean, I'm talking about Dallas and 49ers.
Yeah, the Niners, yeah.
I just don't think they were prepared for what Brock Purdy, he was just lacing those balls right in the pocket. But you got Diggs,
TJ Hawkinson. You got TJ Hawkinson as the probably number 2 target now. Maybe number 1 target for Kirk Cousins. So,
but well, hell, you got the number 1 target in Sam Laporta.
That's true. And Gabe Davis, he's trying to reverse Gabe Davis me because last year Gabe had like 3 receptions for 215 yards or something and 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, Cooper Kupp against Arizona. Yeah, it's a good team. I think, that 2-3 tag isn't deserving.
I think DK gets a touchdown. Christian Kirk is a PPR hoe. I mean, 14, 6, 12, 8 targets. 11, 4, 8, 6. Yeah, it's gonna be a close one. I just give the edge to Kyle because I think Kirk Cousins balls out against Chicago. A little biased, but hey, I'll take it.
I mean, Sam Howell just did. If we're talking about anything, the Bears were number 1 in closest yards before touch of running backs. Our total yards before first touch was 45, where the league average is 160. I think part of that is people aren't afraid to throw on us, but also part of that is Alexander Madison probably won't have a great game. So, yeah, we'll see. But, go ahead.
I think also Tony Pollard against the Chargers.
Yeah, they're
100 yards. 100 yards.
Their defense is not great.
Has he gotten 100 yards yet? He has not gotten. Oh, he's got 100 yards against Arizona. He's going to get 100 yards against the Chargers.
Anyway, good one this week, Kyle.
Yeah, we both Kyle.
Yeah, 4-2. Next, have we done the? We did.
We can go. We can go to my matchup here next. Fields of Glory Bulls versus Hard Nips. These last 2 matchups are absolute must wins.
Matthew Stafford.
Yes, he's playing Matthew Stafford over again Jared Goff. He just doesn't want to play Jared Goff. He just doesn't want to believe. He doesn't want to believe in him. And that's okay. I'll take it. I'm not saying Matthew Stafford's not going to score 30 points. I just think that he doesn't believe in Jared Goff, and I'm okay with that.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll do a quick rundown of everybody. So in comparison, mind you, you have the advantage in everything besides your Boyd and your D and your kicker. So,
and that's if Mike Evans doesn't play.
Right.
Which I will say though, the Dolphins are playing Carolina, and Tennessee's playing the Ravens, so it could be pretty even. But I think I would give the Dolphins the advantage against Carolina.
Yeah, I think if they say Mike Evans is good to go, I think you say he's good to go, and I think you play him. We do what you want, and Kenneth Walker, Cincinnati. Cincinnati, its line looks good, but Kenneth Walker is Kenneth Walker. Austin Eckler is going to go this week against Dallas, but Dallas's D-line is hard. Amon-Ra is supposed to be probable this week, but still dealing with injury.
If he's out, I have Josh Reynolds, so it's not like it's a huge loss.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's back. Mark Andrews, that's going to be a tough one because their safeties are good in the old Tennessee. James Cook has been bad.
Unfortunately.
The past few weeks, right? Let's see.
But New York has been even worse.
Yeah, his carries have fallen since week 2, 17, 15, 12, 5. But they were behind last week. So
I think he'll jump back up this week.
Yeah. Matt Stafford, he's been good. He's averaging 20 points. Bijan, he's going to be good. Miles Sanders is going to be mid. Garrett Wilson could be good, but it's Philly. So you're looking at James Bradbury and Darius Slay. DJ Moore is probably going to cook because they've done really well the past couple weeks.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. He's starting Kyle Pitts. You picked up Matt Stafford and you're starting Kyle Pitts, which I get. Cooper Kupp's back, so but interesting. So Kyle Pitts is projected 9.2, and I think they give him that projection because of athleticism. Jordan Addison. And Kyron Williams is averaging 18.1, which I think is interesting. I don't think, hot take, I don't think Kyron Williams is good. I just think he's given opportunity. And opportunity is better than talent. So.
Yeah, I mean, the past 2 weeks, though, he has averaged 4.1 per carry. So it has gone up.
Good, though.
I would say over 4 yards is decent.
First 3 weeks, 3.5, 3.7, 3.8. Hard teams, mind you. But his points came from 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. 2 touchdowns, and then 2 touchdowns in week 2. So
the fact of the matter is he's the guy. He is the guy.
No, hey, Roddy Rivers isn't that good. So in this matchup, just because, he's got 3 players on bye: Pickens, Watson, Dubs.
Yeah, I don't know why he has Watson and Dobbs. I don't.
Why did Mike draft DK and Tyler Lockett?
True. Why did Coda draft Jamar Chase and T Higgins? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he thought you signed both. Anyway, this matchup, I'll go ahead and say, just from averages and projections, I'll take you. You're averaging 164 points a game, where Luke is averaging 141. I don't think Garrett Wilson gets it done against Philly.
No.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think either team really. It's going to be tough. I don't think Miles Sanders gets it done against Miami. His best players are going to be probably DJ Moore, Addison, and Bijan this week. So
I think
if those guys go off for 3 touchdowns apiece, sure.
I think Addison could score. I think he could score 25 this week. I think he could get one touchdown, and he could finally get 100 yards.
Fair. Yeah,
100 yards, and touchdown, 6 receptions, 7 receptions.
And you're going to be rooting for him as Luke is just.
I mean, we're at the point of the season now with the Vikings where I just don't even know if I want to root for them to win because they're 1-4.
For sure.
And I mean, it'd be nice to see them win. If they win, I hope they win by more than 1 score because I'm tired of these 1-score games. So
well, that was all last year. It was 1-score games. So
37-27 Vikings.
We told you last year that these 1-score games weren't going to keep up of you guys winning.
Their PFF rating is like top 10 right now.
And then you were like, no. And then this year they have a bunch of close games and they're losing them. You're like, I don't understand why this is happening.
I want to say they're like 9 in PFF rating overall, but they're definitely top 15 PFF rating.
It's a good thing the league's standings is on PFF, huh?
It's turnovers. I mean, they have the
Yeah,
most
you
turnovers
guys
in the league.
fumble the ball so much.
We fumble the bag a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, first play of the game, Oliver just
Yeah.
flops it around on the ground after like
Anyway.
getting like 16 yards.
You were Luke in this matchup.
Oh, I got me. I'm never gonna pick
Yeah.
anybody else but me because I'm awesome.
Okay. Next matchup, we'll take the HNIC versus the Ring of Power.
I love this matchup because both people need a win.
Yeah.
Both need a win, and and the best part about it is if Shane gets a win, they're both 2-4. So it's like
Arguably, Shane needs to win more than Nate does.
yeah, but
But if Shane will be 1-5. I don't know how you come back from that.
that's why I kind of wanted this to be a game of the week because both people
No.
need to win bad.
I can't currently give Shane complete credit because he never rosters a kicker throughout the week. And then we do this, and then we're like, oh, he's like negative, hit the lines like negative 19 on Nate, but Shane doesn't have a kicker on his team. So I would say, you got your averages, and even with a kicker in there, Shane's probably averaging 130, where Nate's averaging 150. So you got Travis Kelce and you got Patrick Mahomes, who are going to probably score 50 to 60 points. Raheem Mostert is the only one in the backfield besides Jeff Wilson, which he's coming off of an injury. Madison, like I said, he'll probably get touched up, but like maybe he scores a touchdown. Marquise Brown is currently hurt, but who knows what that looks like.
I mean, 10 target. Like Marquise Brown, 5, 10, 7, 10, 10. He's getting so many looks.
Yeah, peppered.
It's insane.
Yeah, I think what helps Nate, and then this is me taking Nate in this matchup, is Mahomes, Kelce, and then Jonathan Taylor and David Montgomery. If Taylor comes back and he's actually like 60-70% snap count, I think he gets some check downs and I think he gets some looks. David Montgomery has been the guy, it seems like. So I think the big thing that'll help is Kamara's targets. And
I want to look at this.
Amari Cooper is going to have a backup throwing to him this week.
So I want to look at this real quick because I feel like every time it's a divisional game with Jacksonville and Indianapolis, I want to say they're high scoring. And I'm trying to continue with that wait list. I mean, yeah, earlier this year they scored 52 points combined. Before that, 34-27. Before that, 24-0, then 26-11, 17-23. I just feel like they're always super competitive games, except for that one where Indianapolis won 24-0. Besides that game, they've all been pretty close.
Yeah.
So I think Jonathan Taylor has a great game against Jacksonville if he plays.
Yep. Travis Kelce is going to have a wonderful game against
I don't think so.
Denver.
I don't think so. I think he is injured, and I think they're just putting him on the lineup just to ruffle some feathers.
Do you think this is maybe a walk in the park game for them this week?
Oh,
And so
absolutely.
they sit him more for like safety precautions.
Oh, absolutely. I think Noah Gray, I think he runs at least half,
I think
if not more.
I think the Minnesota Vikings should change their turf to grass because Justin Jefferson and Travis Kelce both went down last week.
I think
That's what I think.
I think the whole entire league should just do that.
Yeah, no turf, nowhere.
So that way
It's crazy.
there's no more discussion about it. It's
No.
just grass.
That
That way you can just be like, eat grass, because it is grass.
Yeah. I will say, CeeDee Lamb has the Chargers. I think he's good for 100 this week. 100 and probably 7. Like 7 receptions, 100 yards. So that's 17 points. But if you get the tutty in there, it's 23, I think Jalen Waddle could be good for some points this week as well. I think Waddle, He led the team in targets last week. Had 10 targets. Led the team in targets column. 5 for 35 and 1 touchdown. So led the team in targets. So there's a possibility. There's a large possibility that Shane wins this week.
I do think it's interesting that he is going to play Amari Cooper over Chris Olave, especially against San Francisco, especially with Deshaun Watson not practicing.
Yeah, that's a backup guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who does Olave have? Houston. I mean, Shane, do what you want. You're a big boy.
I would play Olave. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna give Mike any more answers or help.
Yeah.
But Shane, I'll give you some help because you're 1-4. I'll give you a little help. I would play Olave.
Olave, 10 targets, 11 targets, 11 targets, 6 targets, and 5 targets.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He didn't really need the targets last week, so.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Olave was good. He's still good. That's not what I'm saying. But like, yeah. I'll take Nate in this matchup. But I think Shane could pull it off.
I'm going Shane. I think Shane.
Are you going Shane?
Especially if he plays Olave, because think about it. Just look at it. 112, 86, 104 yards, and then he gets 4 and then 12 yards. This week is a great matchup against Houston. Play him. Like you think he's going to go 3 straight weeks not getting 50 plus yards?
But then you did say you think Travis Kelce's not going to play. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Like Travis Kelce didn't play or didn't practice. I don't believe.
Shane has 2 Saints. I just realized that. Well, we'll be splitting this decision. I still think it's Nate, but we'll see.
Shane, dude. You're playing the Patriots defense. Oof. Get rid of them.
Well, they've
yeah,
they busted 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, they've only scored over 10 points once.
And now, the final game, we have Big Ditka versus Threat Level Midnight Green, a.k.a. the Philadelphia Eagles.
Now, here's a guy who has scored 200 points plus the past 2 weeks.
Back to back.
Can he go for a third? I mean, Josh Allen has a great matchup against New York. And then Josh Jacobs against New England. Isaiah Pacheco against Denver. Jamar Chase against Seattle. I mean, the list goes on and on about great matchups for this guy over here on the right side of my screen. Is he on the right side of your screen too?
He's on the right side of my screen as well.
Okay. And then on the left side, I'll let you say what you're going to say.
I think Jalen Hurts is good. I think Damon Pierce has been mid. He was mid last year. He ran like he hated the world, but like he wasn't good at pass pro. He was like 33rd or something in the league in pass pro. He has to play Zach Moss because I don't think he has any other options. Ayuk, I like Ayuk a lot. Adam Thielen has been targeted the hell out of. Goddard played well last week. And Calvin Ridley. It's so hard for me because I think Zach Wilson doesn't play well against the Eagles, and he's got the Eagles defense. But that being said, if Zach Wilson is not playing well and scoring touchdowns, what's A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert there for? So I like Cooper as a matchup. I don't think Kittle does as much, but I think Breece Hall giving full volume too with Dalvin, and I think Michael Carter looks faster than Dalvin. Like, I don't know what they're doing running him out there. I think it's because they paid him money, but
I mean, the Vikings, I think they made the right call.
I will say that. Looking at this year, I would agree. He's lost a step.
Even though Madison can't even hold on to the damn ball.
Pacheco's will probably be running the hell out of the ball because they're probably going to be up by the half.
I hope so. I hope so. I bet on it.
So yeah, I think I don't know if there's a lot to say. I think Cleveland has been one of the hardest teams that they're against this year, surprisingly. And they have Brandon Ayuk. I don't think that changes. I think Cleveland's DBs are good. I think Thielen does cook because he's been cooking. Yeah. I know my analysis isn't that pure, but like looking back and forth, like if I'm taking one over the other, I'm taking Josh Allen against the Giants.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially
that now that we hear that Daniel Jones is probably not going to play, so it's going to be Tyrod Taylor. So it's probably going to be even worse. But it might be so bad though that they
just don't. They pull him at half or something.
Yeah, they pull him in the third quarter, and he only scores 25 points.
That's true. I'd take even against New England. I'll take Josh Jacobs over Pierce. I'll take Pacheco over Moss. I'll take Chase over Ayuk. I will take, like, looking just across the board.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I will take Ayuk and Thielen against D-Hop. Difference than D-Hop. I think both those guys are better than his wide receiver too. But and Treylon Burks is supposed to be back this week. Baltimore is surprisingly they couldn't. The Steelers, I guess Pickens got stepped down on this Baltimore last week. So Kittle against Cleveland. Goddard. I like Goddard better than Kittle. I think Kittle's week last week was kind of a fluke. But Breece Hall is the guy now. I guess we'll see. A.J. Brown's going to be sauced and tossed. So maybe it will be a Devonta Smith week, but I doubt it. A.J. Brown's good.
Yeah, he's had 3 solid weeks in a row now.
Yeah, after he complained, week 2, he's done really well. So I don't know. Looking at averages, because that's what I've been doing kind of throughout, along with matchups. Cam is averaging 166 points a week, 166.12, and Coda's averaging 165.8. So Cam's projections are more off than Coda's are, but Cam is also starting Zach Moss, who's going to be in competition with Jonathan Taylor. So you guys will see. I want to take Coda in this matchup. I think no T. Higgins. I think Jamar Chase probably has 2 touchdowns or 150 yards or something stupid again.
I think
even against Seattle's defense.
I think Josh Jacobs goes for over 100. That's my my big bet of the week. He's yet to get over 70. So I think this is going to be his breakout game against New England.
Breece Hall is playing Philadelphia's defensive line, but he did 127 against Buffalo's. So,
and I mean, Coda could have potentially 3 players go for over 100 rushing yards.
True. Could.
They have some good matchups. And Philadelphia, honestly, on defense, hasn't looked the greatest.
Well, their passing game has been off. It's not even a projections thing. I'll take Coda just because of the running backs.
I'll take Coda as well. I will like to say, though, it's surprising to me, especially after last season, especially in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts only has 6 passing touchdowns this year, but he has 4 rushing touchdowns because of the play that should be outlawed. Get rid of it. The tush push is the most bogus play in all of NFL sports. All of sports. Tush push. I hate it. I hate watching it. It's just so it's so just not fun.
Learn to stop it. Don't outlaw it. That's my opinion. I don't really care.
They'll get rid of it when someone gets majorly hurt.
Well, 2 people in the Giants game last week got hurt, and nothing would be funnier than the Giants causing the Eagles not to be able to play their play.
That would be pretty fun.
That'd be so funny. Yeah, Hurts is getting some good rushing.
He's going to get some hurts on him if he keeps running this tush push.
Seriously, that's the problem. I'd be terrified. Patrick Mahomes' kneecap went to the side of his leg when on the tush push. So, yeah, that's the week. I'll take Coda in this matchup again, just because of running backs. There's nothing against. I think, yeah, like we talked about.
Yep, going Coda.
If Cam can get a running back, maybe, but that's the tough part of this. I don't think a lot of people are selling running backs right now.
Coda's going to go on a 4-game win streak. Congratulations, my guy.
My guy.
Good job. Good job. Really, some good fantasy defense and also some just good old-fashioned management. That's the best thing.
Would that put Luke on a 4-game losing streak? Was his last win week 2 or was it week 3?
I believe he won week. I think he won. I think he was 0-3, wasn't he?
Let's see.
Or no, he won week 2, didn't he?
He won week 2. So yeah, this week if he loses will be, yeah,
a 4-game losing streak. Oof, that's gotta be rough. It's gotta be rough.
I'm curious what the rest of the season looks like for your boy. So after Luke, though, you have Kyle, Cam, Nate, Coda, me, and then you finish it off with Shane, Steve, and Mike. So guess we'll see.
I got a rough last 5 games besides Shane.
Yeah,
but then again though, by week 12, Shane's team might be going crazy.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, the Ring of Power. Let's check them out. Fields, Stevenson, Kamara, Waddle, Cooper.
I'm sad I only play Luke once. That's all I gotta say.
I get him twice.
Yeah, you're lucky.
I've gotten him twice the past 2 years.
Like I got the last 4 weeks, I got you, Shane, Steve, and Mike. Like that's not easy.
All you have to do is make the playoffs, though. It's all that matters.
It's true. First round bye would be pretty nice too, though.
First round bye would be nice to be just chilling. But I guess we'll see. So far, by the way, I want to point this out. You have a higher playoff percentage than I do. I'm not buying into my playoff percentage. There is something to say, like, it's better to be lucky than good. And I think having no injuries is extremely helpful. I haven't had Aaron Jones this season, to be fair, since week 1. But, you know, that one injury, I'll take that over some other guys that have had other injuries. Luke currently has a higher playoff percentage chance than Shane does.
Yeah, with 19. It's not looking great. It was very surprising is that Cameron's only at a 39% chance, and Nate here, same record, is at 51. And then, of course, Kyle is 65 best because he scored a shit ton of points.
Yeah, tons of points. Final standings projections. Final standings projections has obviously you at 1, me at 2. Coda at 3. Let's see. Coda at 3. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to go through this. Mike at 4, Steve at 5, and Kyle at 6. So, and then Luke has stayed solid at 9.
Luke, since draft day, they knew you were bad.
Where did I start? I started in 5th. So, yeah.
I started
in terms of let's see.
Oh man, poor Shane went from 4th to 10th.
I think I started last year after the draft. I think I started last and finished last. So I can't even talk, but there was something else I was going to say.
They
I want to point out, like, Move is on this season, and like if that matters or not. So, because we're all so different, I have 16 moves, you have 21 moves, but Coda has 3. Steve has 14, Mike has 6 because he doesn't know what he's doing. Kyle has 9, Cam 10, Nate 3, Shane 23, and Luke 9. I don't think at a dynasty you can see all-time moves, and I don't think that matters so much right now.
Again, I just love that Shane still has the most, and I feel like I've moved a lot of people but there has been a couple weeks where I haven't moved anybody. It's like I'll move like 5 people in a week, but it's also because I have the bye and I had to get a bunch of people.
To be fair, I had Aaron Jones still on IR, so I was able to add 3 people this week. So I'd be probably around like 13 if I didn't do that. And then last week, thank you to whoever dropped AJ Dillon, because when Kyle said, thank you, Kyle. In the group chat,
I want to say you can look and see who
he said
had him.
In the group, you can. In the group chat, Kyle said, "Do you not have a backup plan?" And then I was like, "Somebody has AJ Dillon." And then I looked on the waivers, and he was right there. And I was like,
Steven dropped him.
And I was like, "Oh man, he's right there." So I was able to add him on Sunday morning to get half of my backup plan, and then the rest of it was just praying that Adams would play. And if Adams didn't play, I would have started Patrick Taylor and AJ Dillon. So anyway, that's all I got. Yeah. Anything else for us, Sean?
No, I think that's about sums it up pretty well. It does pain me to say. Well, it doesn't pain me, but I did drop from 1st to 4th in scoring. Luke, however, is last by a lot.
Yeah.
By a lot. I'm last in or first, I guess, in points against. If you count it to the lowest, so.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll see what happens this week. I don't have high hopes for myself personally. Kyle had up like 196 points last week, and I think he keeps scoring points. He's like number 3 or 4 on points scoring.
Yeah, we'll see how it all turns out. Points don't really matter too much unless
you're not winning.
Yeah, unless you're winning, and also unless you are really close to not making the playoffs. If you're a tied record.
Yeah. True.
So.
Well, that's all I have. Won some bets this week, guys. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully no more injuries. Yeah.
All right, guys. That's another week of the Fantasy Throne League podcast. I'm your host, Sean, with our boy.
Yo. Luke, come back on the podcast, bro. Where you been?
Yeah, he's been MIA for a while now.
I told you didn't have to have a fancy mic. You just needed to be able to hang a little bit. But
he just doesn't want to talk because he knows his team is terrible. It's okay.
He had a lot to say. He had a lot to say when my team was bad.
Yeah, he did. He brought trash cans. He brought some props and everything.
Yeah, he did, dude. And then last week, after I didn't even say anything to him, I did not talk any crap. I was waiting for him to unload on me in the group chat if he won. Because somebody else said something about my team. Like, you guys were all saying I won, and I think that would have ticked him off and made him think in his mind that I was saying that. So, because that's true. It's true. He'd be like, take it out on me. Anyway, Lukey, come back. We love you, buddy.
You can't be 10th place forever.
I mean, look at me. I still have a chance to be there, but I mean, I'm not there right now, so.
Yeah. He'd have to win 3 games just to get close to you.
Who's gonna be stoned?
All right. Well, Luke, that's all I got for you. Come back, buddy. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
FTO.